in spite of Trump being in West Palm Beach or wherever he was, like somehow some guy just moseyed on up there and almost got a pop shot off him. Everybody is apparently believing in Kamala Harris and what she does according to the polls. And like, is there corruption in the government?
Yes.
And how bad? Like, how bad is it?
Oh, it's worse.
6.5 boombox, 8.6 boombox.
What I was told was they're going to start releasing guns that they have had trouble releasing in the United States.
At the end of the day, I figured it would just be another 42, and I'd rather have the Glock. But I put it in my hands, and it blew me away. The camera does not do it justice. The thing is tiny. It is like LCP size.
I used that mount when I was down south shooting off barricades. I can put my hand on it and not press down on my scope.
Oh, so it has a purpose.
Yeah.
Okay. I shot it twice and broke it. It was a simple break. I just sheared off some parts. And then Nate said, you should really... What's going on and how are you? My name is Will Meade and welcome to the Shark Coast Tactical Podcast, episode 16. I am here with my homies. I have Omer.
Hello.
Luke Andrews.
What up?
And the amazing Dean Carroll.
What's going on?
Welcome, guys. It's just us again.
Just us again.
We had
family.
We had guests for 2 episodes. Now it's just us. Are we going to be able to do it?
We're going to try our best.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That book is full of stuff.
It's full of stuff. This is my quest book I bought from some hippie at the Amchar show. It looks like the Necronomicon from Evil Dead. Have you ever seen Evil Dead?
No.
Oh. You've never seen Evil Dead?
No.
No, you either? Have you seen it?
I have not.
Fuck. Evil Dead 1, 2, 3, and then Army of Darkness?
When did that come out?
Before you were born by about 20 years.
Sounds about right.
I'm sorry.
That sounds about right.
Me and the fellas, when we would go skateboard like all Saturday, and then at the end of we would, partake in the wacky tobacco and then watch horror movies.
Nice.
And laugh on Saturday. That was like our ritual. That's what we did growing up. Allegedly. But anyway, the Necronomicon. So Luke has an idea of show and tell.
I do.
And so we wanted to start the podcast off with Luke's show and tell. Luke, what did you bring to show the folks of the interwebs?
I brought my 1911. It's a Colt. It's a Series 70. It was made in 1977.
How do you know it was made in 1977?
Colt.
Did you check the serial number?
I did.
You did, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Colt.
Nice.
It's actually cool. Colt. If you go on their website and you type in the serial number of any Colt, like 99% of them show up and it'll say what year it was made. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I got this gun right when I started working here. It was a used gun. I traded in some stuff for it, and I think it's sweet. Blued, 45. The bluing, sometimes you gotta keep it nice and clean.
You ever shoot it?
I do shoot it. I've shot it. When I first got it, I shot it a lot, but now I kind of just have it in the safe. Looks nice.
I was thinking when it just occurred to me, you're like in charge of the used guns, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that on purpose? Like, did you gravitate to the used gun compliance section of the Shark Coast because you get to touch the used guns when they come in?
No, it was kind of just.
Are you sure?
No, yeah. That was like something they're like, oh, you got to do this too. I'm like, gladly. This is awesome.
Because because all the used guns that come into our retail location that people trade in, Luke has to book them in and inspect them, and then if they look bad, he gives them to the gunsmith, and gunsmith checks them out too. And I've heard comments like when that guy brought in that collection,
Yeah,
his son's collection. Like you're like, oh.
well,
How much for the whole collection? Right? And the goofier the better.
it's true. I like cool stuff that are hard. It's hard to find. And another thing is in Florida, when you trade in a gun, you have to wait, or we have to wait as a pawn license 30 days before we can sell it. So we put it in our safe and wait. And during those 30 days, I get kind of attached to some of the guns in the safe.
Wait a minute. What do you mean? Like, you know where it is in the back of the safe?
And I see it back
do you
there.
go visit it?
Damn, that's cool. Like,
Wait, so do you go back into the vault and like fucking touch the guns while no one's looking?
no, I mean, when I have to go back there to put more in or take some out.
And you don't pick it up and say, man, this would be really cool in my safe.
I mean, Yeah.
Yeah. So you,
Once
so you,
in a while.
so I propose that you did strategically place yourself in as the used gun czar.
I second that.
All right.
I bet you did, dude.
Well,
It would be a fuck because like you act like you're this puffy little teddy bear from Michigan, but I think you've actually got like craft and strategy behind your beard. Like you play kind of what, but no, you like.
there's a method to.
There's a method. I'm right, aren't I?
I'm tactical.
Oh, you're tactical. Exactly. So is that your only Colt 1911?
It's my only Colt. I have a Cimarron nickel 1911 that it used to be Chris's.
Did he trade it for toys?
He traded it in here for something, and then I bought it.
Oh, the one with the compensator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Maybe you can bring that next week.
Yep. I was planning on it.
And Omar, what about you? What's your show and tell?
I picked this thing up today. This is the new Bodyguard 2.0.
Completely safe for the internet, right?
Absolutely. Showing clear to the camera. Pinky in there. But I saw pictures of it, and I was like, I guess that's cool. At the end of the day, I figured it would just be another 42, and I'd rather have a Glock. But I put it in my hands, and it blew me away. The camera does not do it justice. The thing is tiny. It is like LCP sized, and it feels so good in the hand. And I figured it was time for me to get a mouse gun.
Have you taken it in the shoot room and shot it?
I just finished my paperwork for it about 30 minutes ago. So not yet, but it will get shot, and I'll see how it does. But as of right now, I just wanted something to stick in my pants when I'm not, if I'm just wearing shorts and a t-shirt. 43X for me, because I've got it set up in a T-Rex holster and with the light and the gas pedal and all that. I just wanted something. I mean, I could technically pocket carry this with a Kydex holster if I wanted to. I just really had to try it out. I mean, get your hands on it.
It was pretty comfortable. I'll admit that.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I feel like mouse guns have been around as a thing for a very long time, and it's always been like 25 ACP.
So they're not deep carry guns anymore. They're called mouse guns.
I mean, you can call it.
That's
anything.
what you call it.
That's just what I call it. Yeah, but mouse guns have historically always been some tiny caliber, like 25 ACP. Not saying 380 is huge, but it's better than 25.
So you think this gun is in the realm of like the classic 25s, the classic little 32s, like little pocket pistols?
I believe so. Yeah,
like you would see it with in the suit pocket case. You think that's going to be like a lexicon, if you will?
I think so. I'll have to shoot it still. I just picked it up today, but I'm excited for this little thing. I like it.
In our gun shop, Smith & Wesson is not a favorite brand. I'm good buddies with the Smith & Wesson people and the whatever sales rep manager of this area, this part of the country, is a good buddy of mine. And I've sold Smith & Wesson for a long time as a gun shop. But kids today who work for you aren't really into Smith & Wesson anymore. Like, for instance, their revolvers, like for our shop, dropped off the map a couple years ago. Their stuff sells, but it's not like Glocks, SIGs, Staccatos. And for one of our guys, particularly the Omer, to pick up a Smith & Wesson Bodyguard and to not only to buy it, it's a thing.
You made me a pretty good deal on it.
I did make you a pretty good deal on it.
But I mean, Smith & Wesson's, in my opinion, they're great. If Glock didn't exist, I'd probably be carrying a Smith. My problem with them is always
a bold statement.
My problem with them has always been aesthetics, and I think this thing looks pretty cool.
Right? Do you think they stole somebody from agency?
Agency.
Well, like they're new guns, so like the new carry comps. Have you seen them?
I have.
Yeah, don't those cuts look strangely like agency cuts done with the 5th axis CNC machine?
I don't know about that. I feel like there's only so many ways
Yeah,
it's going to
yeah. They do, don't they? They do.
It's very possible.
No, it's so they're like Smith & Wesson will, I think they've been for the last couple of years, they've been slowly taking market share from, they came out with the copy of the DP12 or the KSG. They came out with the copy of the
Sub 2000.
Sub 2000. They came out with a copy of the, and you can't, I guess you could either call them copies or you can call them, we're going to make it better.
Yeah.
And essentially you're doing like, so people are buying the KSG. So they just took that market share. They took market share from they destroyed the market share of the Sub 2000. Like you would have a a subgroup of people who come in who want folding nines, and people come in and they buy this. They go right to the Smith and Wesson. And for a while, when it first came out, they were like crackheads. You know, I don't want to say older gentlemen, but folks would come in and they would want that folding gun. Even Frank bought one.
Yeah, Frank did.
Right.
I mean, they made
Shout out to
Keltec.
Frank.
They made Keltec change theirs because on the Gen 2 you couldn't put a optic on it without it folding.
Right.
Now Smith and Wesson came out with theirs where they folded sideways. So Keltec came out with one where you can spin it and keep a optic on it. So, I mean, then think about the 5.7 they released.
Yeah, the 5.7.
Going after FN.
They stole more. And FN and Ruger.
Yep.
Right. They're like, oh, Ruger. Then they took that, and then they did the 1894.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So they tried to go after Marlin, and they took some of their market share. And like, by all accounts, the 1894 isn't bad except the caliber, like the 44.
Yeah.
That I'm sure like they'll quickly change. I'm sure this year there will be 357 and 45.
Oh, it only comes in 44.
It only comes in
Oh,
44.
I know that.
I think competition's good. I think it's like what Luke said. They made it better, and then now the original company is making their own one better.
Right.
If Smith and Wesson hadn't come out with that, would we have ever gotten a new generation sub 2000? Probably not.
Well, you can look at it that way. Like some people look at it like, hey, you're taking food off my table, but you can look at it. Competition's good, like football players. But something truly innovative is the Shield, the Bodyguard 2.0. Like and like an interesting thing that you pointed out, the Bodyguard 1 and the LCP.
Fuck that thing.
Well, no, like those guns aren't gonna. So you like every so often you get in a little pocket gun, right? Every so often, like we got one in the other day and it was broken. Like it was fucking broken, man. And like I took it back to Nate. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna keep this. And Nate and someone gave it to Nate and like, this is broken, man. I'm like, fuck, man, because but so like that look, it's a very, very iconic look that kind of stands the test of time. You don't see them anymore, and the ones that you do see them don't really work, but still like little Colts and shit. Like, I mean, it'd be cool to have, and maybe like Smith has kind of, you know, created something completely brand new and fresh that people will have forever, as long as it works. And by all accounts, it works really well. Like, what are the reports on the internet?
I've seen one video saying they've had reliability issues. Every other one I've seen has talked about how it shoots so much better than they expected and they haven't had issues, etc. Obviously, it's been out for a very short period of time, so we'll see the test of time. But in my opinion, this is not a very high round count gun anyways. Does it need to be able to survive 10,000 rounds? Probably not. We'll see.
Well,
Burn it down this weekend.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah, since we hired a new media person, maybe he could make a video.
I'm very excited about this video idea.
I
was in my office hearing you talk to the big man, Mr.
Okay.
Chambers.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm in there just doing my office work, and I hear, and Omar's going to make a video about it. I'm like, oh, that's great. That's the first time I'm hearing about it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Did you know?
No.
No, we hired, so Eric, the podcaster, the guy who does our podcast, we hired him full time.
That's awesome.
And part of his scope of work is going to be making videos with you.
Sweet.
So you can like, so remember you guys, we made a couple, right? Like you did the suppressor one. It got 1 million views. You did the blackout one and got 100,000 views. You've done little videos and they're quite successful, but you know, we need a director.
Think about how good it's going to be when it's not shot on an iPhone.
I know. So I mean, so yeah, that would be. But seriously, the Bodyguard would be a perfect thing.
Yeah, I'll burn it down.
And we've got them here in stock, you know, which is kind of cool.
Hell yeah.
Dean, what did you bring for?
My favorite gun right now. This is my custom built GCP bolt gun, chamber end 6.5 Creedmoor, proof barrel.
Proof. Isn't that a rapper?
Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah.
Rip.
Proof. Oh, he's from Detroit, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, Eminem's buddy.
Yeah, he's Eminem's buddy, right?
Eminem's
Proof.
buddy, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Vortex Razor HD Gen 3 on here.
Do you have the impact for it?
No, I did not go with the impact. I decided not to do it.
Did you get the competitor of the impact?
Is that a competitor? I guess it would be. The Kestrel.
Oh, does it go on top of the thing?
No, hold the Kestrel. I think they do sell mounts for it to go on the gun somewhere, but I just have mine in my hand, so it'll sit in the grass if I'm laying.
So you've
down
got that
prone.
big fancy mount for it that is supposed to take the impact, and you don't have the impact.
I used that mount when I was down south shooting off barricades. I can put my hand on it and not press down on my scope. When
Oh, so it has a purpose.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I originally got for more of a hand rest, and then I was thinking maybe I should try the impact out. And then after looking at Kestrel versus the impact, I felt the Kestrel was better.
Okay. How many rounds do you have downrange?
This
And how
year
far have you
at-
gotten out with that thing?
Furthest we shot is a mile so far, and
shit.
I have 250 rounds through it.
Wait, you shot the mile, but you couldn't see because of the mirage.
Yeah, so we had.
Have you shot the mile again where you can see?
Not yet. We're waiting for the weather to get a little cooler, so we don't have to worry about heat and mirage, and then we'll go back out and try it. Because ammo's not exactly cheap, and it's kind of wasted money sending them down there. So I shot 3 rounds at a mile. And
Do you guys remember last year? Like, I don't have any memory of last year saying, fuck, I can't wait until it gets a little cooler out so we can go shooting.
No.
Like, not, I mean, I don't remember at all last year. Like, God damn, I wish it was December. Right?
Now I really do. I should be cooler. I can spend more time on the range.
Do you ever think about it? Or are you just cooking that heat?
I got to do what I got to do. I'll be covered in about fucking 3 inches of sweat by the end of it, but I'm gonna shoot.
That's how I was last year. I just go out in the hot, sweaty days. Like, I got to get the rounds and I got to get the practice in.
You know it's really bad when you see me wearing shorts. If I ever show up there wearing shorts, you know
It's
it's
the only
fucking
time
awful.
I've seen Omer.
Do you know, I went out night vision shooting maybe 4 weeks ago, and I forgot fucking bug spray.
Ooh.
And I thought I could probably handle this. I'm from Florida. You know, I'm from here. I'm used, and forgot bug spray, and it was so loud in my ears, like it sounded like aircrafts. Like it was so like the bugs were so loud in my ears, it sounded like aircraft. And I tried, and I put on my gear and did it a couple times, and I got bit so bad that I was just like, dude, I forget, I gotta go. And I got kind of sick. Like I got home, I had the chills. And I got under the covers, and I passed right out, and I woke up like I didn't feel good. It was weird. And then somebody was saying, "No, because bugs have poison." I'm like, "What do they really have? Do bugs really have poison?"
They carry that new COVID-25.
Is that,
Is it
COVID
just some
25?
crazy disease they say mosquitoes carry or something like that from
Something
Africa or
like
something?
West Nile?
Somebody
There you
said, "No, I don't know." They're like, "There's shit in when bugs bite you or something." But I fucking felt bad. And it took a lot out of me, but yeah.
It's probably just having a lot of bug bites.
And that was one of the moments I think, God damn it, I wish it was fucking December. You know what I mean?
I cannot wait for the cooler so we can shoot.
No,
It'll be fun.
So I do have I own 7 acres out in
Mayaca.
Mayaca. Do you know why I own 7 acres out in Mayaca?
You told me you were gonna build a shooting range, and that never happened.
Do you know why I got it? All right, do you remember the day where we all went shooting and then you loaded up a bunch of my ammo and I threw a fit?
The ammo you told me I could load up. Yeah,
I did, but so I didn't know you would go through 1,000 rounds in a half an hour.
Now you do.
So one time we all go shooting at this range we go to a lot, our buddy Kevin's, and he has a really nice range, and I went there one time and Omar, I forget if it was 9mm, 5.56 or a combination, and you know, Omar is one of my employees, and I'm like, yeah, you can use my ammo, man. And you say that, but you don't think someone will really like tear through it. And fucking, and then like I go shoot for a bit, I turn around, and he's loaded up drum mags, you know, with my ammo, and just going through it. And I'm like, and I don't even know why I cared at the time, because looking back at it, it's just cases of ammo. It's no big deal. I got a lot of them. But I got so bummed out, and I went home, and I was like special needs kid. And I was just like, at my house, and my wife was like, "What is wrong with you?" I shot my ammo. I'm like, and I threw such a fit, like a little baby. And my wife was like, "Just go tomorrow and buy fucking land." Really? Yes. I don't want you upset like this. Go buy land tomorrow. Go do it.
So you bought land.
I bought 7 acres of land like 2 years ago, and I haven't done anything with it. But the point of the story is, there's this contractor. He's going to flatten it, and he's going to clear the dirt, and he's going to add the dirt for us.
Awesome.
He said
From my perspective, that story, by the way, is you put a case of 9 in front of me and you said, you can shoot that, Omar. And I took that as a challenge because I couldn't shoot that.
maybe it's a difference of cultures.
Yeah, probably. I know better now.
It's like a difference of cultures.
I know better now. I avoid your side of the table like the plague.
Well, no, I mean, if you notice, I've moved to like the back of the gazebo. Right? So for the place where we shoot, there's a gazebo and all the guys kind of hang out in front. And I like take over 2 tables and a chair and I bring like my ammo.
Just put a
For I think a year after it happened or a year and a half, I wouldn't bring ammo out of the truck.
It was did, Omar.
Fucking ate my ammo, dude. It was so bad. But I did. So I tell you guys this, so this dude is going to help me. And he said he would do it very, very inexpensively. He's actually flying a drone over the property this week. Mm-hmm. So we can get it mapped out and then we can make it into something.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not going to say like, let's not like, well, let's fucking all come here, but it will give us, because we'll need a place that we can shoot all the time, especially if Eric is doing filming. Because we just can't like roll at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Hey, Kevin, we're filming.
Yeah.
I hope you don't have parents by, or, like, so we can actually go somewhere that's ours at Shark Coast and film.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat, right?
Yeah.
Segueing off, what's your show and tell, Will?
So my show and tell is this. So we talked about this, just so you know it's safe. Right there. So this is the Surge Upper. And the last one we talked about it in a podcast. And instead of selling it, I took it. And since we have our 07 Type 2 license, I have the ability to build machine guns for demo use only and to show law enforcement or military agencies, and which I did. And so this is a full auto version of the Surge. And I geared it out for night vision, and I shot it twice and broke it.
Oh, no.
But Nate fixed it. It was a simple break. I just sheared off some parts and then Nate said, you should really not shoot full auto all the time. But I didn't. But I did shoot full auto with it, and it was cool. The one thing I did change on it, like the little adapter that it comes with, we added a different one because it was a little too long. Because it's not really the way how I have Hobbit arms. I have very short arms, so it wasn't really comfortable shooting with nods. But I'm sure it is now. It's pretty badass. It doesn't move at all when you shoot it. Like
really?
It's pretty accurate. It moves very little. You can blast full auto and dump a mag and it's nothing. And it's cool. But I thought, since we have a professional camera person, my wife asks, it's for content, honey.
It's a write-off.
We really need to have this for content. We have a professional media person now with real nice cameras, and Omar and the guys will shoot it. We'll make videos, and it'll help our business.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
So how does that suppressor cage thingy? You notice it actually does anything?
What do you mean? Like, does anything as far as quiet is concerned?
No, like as far as heat.
Yes, it does. So from what I noticed, so if you want like from shooting the Surge on, so what we did, we took the Surge and we kitted out a Sons of Liberty blower, and we added the nicest parts that we could, that naked source, and just because it's it's a Surge, and from what it is, balls accurate. From the get-go, it looks kind of heavy. It's not too bad, especially because I'm kind of a weakling, and it actually isn't that bad at all. As far as the suppressor is concerned, it's one of the quietest 5.56s I think I've used. And maybe that's just because I'm in the heat of the moment, like pillow talk. Like I'm just really excited, and I don't realize like it's just a basic 5.56 suppressor, but virtually no gas that I noticed came out of it. And then this did not get hot.
Really?
I mean, I didn't rub it on my leg.
Yeah. But you can put it back on the table?
Yeah, and you can touch it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't get that deep into it. I got maybe 4 or 5 mags, and then I stopped, and then I brought it back, and then I loaded one, and then loaded another one, broke. Just like Nate said, don't shoot full auto.
All the time.
All the time.
How is the rate of fire on it? compared to like your other?
It's a really neat sound. Like it doesn't sound like the one that I already have.
Okay.
Or the two that I already have, or the ones. It sounds pleasant.
Nice.
Like it's almost, and it's fast.
Fast.
So how is it faster? It's probably the same. Maybe a skosh faster. I'm not sure, but what are the signs? What's the signs on it? Does anybody know? Is it supposed to be faster than a normal one?
Probably not. That's probably about 750, 800
Yeah, 750, 800.
rounds,
800.
rounds per minute.
Loch Ness Monster. Loch Ness Monster.
Where'd you get those numbers from, sir?
About the rate of fire of a normal AR.
No rate of fire. So B&T is coming for an event right before Q Day. What do you guys think of B&T?
I've only fired one of their guns, and for me, I didn't have the best experience.
Which gun was it?
TP9? I think it was a TP9. The trigger was just not there.
Oh, that trigger's horrible.
Yeah. The rest of it was fine. I like the way they look. They're cool. And then shooting the trigger.
I broke my TP9 when I was shooting the other day, too.
Did you?
I did. I fucking broke that thing. It was my fault, though. I did something that's pretty dumb, and we fixed it, but...
Okay.
But it's that trigger, though.
Yeah, the trigger is rough. It needs a new trigger.
Do you know the can's supposed to be flow-through, and it's not? I sat and argued with them for an hour in Reno. I'm like, so you guys came out with a new flow-through can? They're like, yeah.
Oh, so they claimed it to be.
They now claim it's they just rebranded. It's the same can, and they say it's flow-through.
Yeah, the bullets throw.
But so I blast that thing. I blast it, and it gets gas in your face.
Yeah.
And like if you shoot the dead air Mojave, and you dump a mag full auto, it does not. Because the dead air Mojave is a real flow, low back pressure. But and then I sat down and talked to him, like, look, and I thought I was doing something wrong. I'm like, are you sure I have the right can? They're like, is there holes in it? I'm like, yeah, there's holes in it. And they're like, I said it is not fucking low back pressure. And they're like, well, yes, it is. Maybe you need to clean it. I'm like, no, it's not. And
like it's new.
Yeah. What about you, Luke?
I like a lot of their guns. I know they make the cool limited edition ones. I always think are cool. They made like the Covert. I think it's called the Covert 40.
The Covert
9.
The Covert 9, yeah.
That's cool. It's got the top cocking. They came out with like a Tech 9 clone thing a few years ago that was really cool.
What?
Yeah.
Where's that at?
It's limited edition. They made 2,000 of them that they imported, and they're pretty much all gone now. So.
Oh fuck! Let's get one of those.
I know, those are really sick. But
I've never even seen that.
Yeah,
I've
I know.
never seen that either.
It's cool.
Maybe they'll bring one.
That would be cool.
They're coming. Two of them are flying in from South Carolina, I think, and they're real excited. Like they want to take our suppressor market. Like they want like B&T to be a staple of our shop, a lot like Dead Air or Q is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like they want to come in and take it. They want to come in and take you, Omar.
Good luck.
So, challenge.
Why? So you're obviously, very, very gun savvy. You're not hip on B&T?
From my limited anecdotal experiences, I have not had a good experience with B&T. I acknowledge that the engineering that goes into it is really good. I'm a big fan of some of their guns. I really like the company and the owner. I think the owner is really cool. But I have seen...
You mean the Brogger guy? The original Broger, the B guy. Broger. I can't.
And Tomet, I think?
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't even know if that's... The owner of B&T right now, I think, is a very cool guy. I like a lot of what he has to say. But anecdotally, I've seen more B&Ts fail than any other gun.
Which ones, though?
I saw your TP9 almost kill you.
Yeah, that happened. It's broke a couple of times.
Yeah. One of the first B&T I sold was to a first-time gun buyer, and it didn't work out of the box, and he had to wait 4 months for it to come back for warranty, and he said, I'm never buying a gun again. This was an awful experience, which kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. Then...
It's so sad.
Christos wanted to buy one. I told him not to. He bought it anyways. I told you you're going to break it, and he said, no, I won't, and then tried to fold the stock and broke it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of their polymer. I think their polymer breaks too easily. I think the engineering is really cool. Just anecdotally, had some bad experience with them. I don't know if I would take one for duty use, but they've got some really cool stuff.
What about their APC-9?
Every fucking military on Earth has adopted it for some reason, so it's got to be good.
It's got to be good, right?
I assume. I've never gotten to shoot one full auto, but on paper.
I might do that soon.
And that one,
Really?
Yeah. Because the controls.
that one's got a metal receiver, so I'm sure that one will be fine. The problems I've seen have all been with the full polymer ones. Yeah, that's pretty much it. How many times have you broken a TP9?
I mean, let's just throw it all out there, man. Probably 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
3 or 4 times it's broke. I know we've sent it back twice.
Then the lunchbox too. I don't
The
know.
lunchbox disaster.
Yeah.
I'd probably buy that thing.
I'd buy that thing too.
Yeah.
I know.
Bolt gun on Earth.
I know somebody who has that.
I remember I was there.
Did you get to shoot it?
It's a doc, right?
Yeah, one of the doctors we know has that gun. He says it's the tits. Cat's meow.
The whole
Quiet.
barrel is a suppressor.
Yeah.
Suppressor goes over the whole
Why
barrel.
don't you pull that out
BNT.
and give the folks at home a little demo on what exactly it is.
Sure. This specific one is not SBR'd, so the stock is not there. But this is the SPS 300, I believe it's called. Let me make sure that's right. I embarrass myself. SPR 300. Apologies. This is allegedly the quietest bolt gun. It's a 300 blackout. Like I said, the whole can goes over the barrel. It locks up on the back. Gets compact like this. If it had a stock, you'd be able to fold it, and it would get real small. This is fucking sick. Like, something about suppressors over barrels is just ridiculously cool to me.
That would probably go in a case very well.
Oh, yeah. This thing is probably awesome, but yeah, with how big that can is and the fact that you're shooting 300 blackout and how small it gets, I really like this thing. I have not gotten to shoot one. Hopefully that will change one day, but
We should get one of those.
Yeah.
Shoot that, right? I wonder what kind of range you can get with it.
300 blackout?
100
Depends on the
yards.
rounds you use.
300 yards, right? That's nothing to Dean.
But, I mean,
I do want to shoot it though.
it is so light.
You know, Dean,
like-
is the
That's
long
light.
range people are racist.
How do you figure?
Oh, because like one of y'all's cult came in today and was like, when you going to do long range? And I'm like, I was going to do it, but the gun I was going to buy, you told me it was stupid. And then I felt like a dork and I didn't buy it. And he's like, oh, what gun? Yeah, that was stupid. If you don't want to do long range, that's fine gun, but that's not gun for long range. And I said, okay. And then he just, I felt like a turd and I went in the back and beat myself. But my point is, like, that's not the way to increase your sport, man. That's stupid. It would say the proper way I would think to increase the sport or to get more people into it would be to say, I don't know, man. That's a good gun for these reasons, but maybe if you really want to do long range, you should probably do A, B, or C.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna pull the trigger on one of those, why don't you tell me and I'll come. We'll go buy it together, or let's pick one out. Like, look around. You know what I mean?
I would completely agree. Because then you just end up turning people off to anything, not even just long range.
Because then I was thinking about it when he said it again, and I felt like a fucking dork. I was thinking, I'm like, man, that's what happened the first time, and I didn't do it, and I was all set to buy one, because the one of the properties I shoot at, there's 400 yards, and I could easily just sit there and blast away it.
I think he's still get one.
He's got steel, I think 400 and then 700 yards down the way.
He's got 700.
I think I know he's got 700 where you can shoot. I don't know if there's actual steel target there, but there is a target at 4.
Oh man.
Yeah, and I think when I told him that, he said, "Yeah, 400, that's not long range."
Yeah, I think 5 and out, because wind and all the other little factors really start mattering at 500 and deeper.
You guys got to think like churches do. Well, they don't say, "Hey, why don't you come to our church? You're a dork. You're a dork, and your religion's stupid." Why don't
You read that Bible? That's the worst one.
That's the dumbest Bible ever.
400 is pretty far for starting off, because I shot 300.
Exactly.
And I was excited about 300.
Exactly.
And everyone told me that's not far. That's
Yeah, because I shot my 1020. I think my 1022 suppressed at 250, and I was like,
That's
whoa.
far.
I was like, whoa.
I tried mine at 3 and I couldn't hit anything.
Yeah, I was dinging steel at 250, and I was like, ooh, that's really fucking cool. And no, that's not long range. You should get 400 for 22.
I can hit a beer can at 710 yards with a stock 1022.
I remember that guy.
Yeah, do you remember that video?
What happened?
One of Garand Thumb's viewers claimed that he could, when he was a kid, him and his buddies would set up a beer can 710 yards away and shoot it with a bone stock 1022. And he was like, "No,
With irons, too.
you're full of shit. Yeah, absolutely not." And he was like, "No, absolutely, I did." So they flew him out to their range and set up the exact target and gave him a 1020. Said,
Did he do it?
No.
No, he did not.
Oh, man.
That'd have been cool if he did, but he did not.
I was one of the believers. I was really, I
Really thought
thought
he's gonna hit that.
I really wanted to see it. I really wanted to see him hit it.
I knew he wasn't gonna hit that. That's far. And with iron sights, come on now.
It's not
22?
probable, but that would have been really cool to see.
Okay, so they flew him out there?
Yeah, they flew him
Yeah.
up to his range, and then
Out to the range in that desert.
they gave him the
Was he in his plate carrier?
good old Idaho. They gave him a 1022. He couldn't make the hit, and then they gave him like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but like an extremely high end precision 22 to see if he could hit it with that. And I believe he did it. He did hit it with that.
Yeah.
So they gave him the 1022 back, and he couldn't do it. I really believed he could. I really wanted him to do it.
His friends probably stepped 700 steps.
Yeah.
They probably were 700 yards. You know what I mean? As my wife would say,
Exactly.
poncho math.
710 yards with iron sight 22. That is insane.
So this is just a question for Omar, but nods or daytime shooting, which is better?
I don't know about better, but right now, I'm on my pistol training route, and shooting pistols in the day is a lot nicer than shooting pistols at night. Main reason is 5.56 expensive. I should probably get a PCC or something to shoot at night, but right now I'm just trying to get as proficient as I can with my Glock 17, and
Oh, because you want to do competition.
yeah,
Okay.
and trying to use that with nods is not ideal.
I mean, do you have have you put the Johnny trigger in and
Yeah.
without losing the pin?
Yeah.
And has it changed your life?
I definitely have faster split times with the Johnny trigger. It made a very noticeable difference. Like, there was a wall that I hit where no matter how much I pushed it, I could not accurately fire 2 rounds in a certain split time, and then the Johnny trigger lowered that split time, which is all I asked for.
Nice.
What if there was a nod competition?
There are.
I know, but one that you could get to quickly. We should go.
I think so.
We should get a hotel and go.
Hell yeah.
Where is it?
It's like 3 hours away. It's in Hudson or some shit. It's far. But you can only use PCC or 22.
Why not go?
Yeah.
I
I'd be
mean,
down.
Make a video.
I drove
Write it
2.5 hours to shoot this thing.
make Eric do it.
Sorry.
Eric's like, fuck, I don't know what I got myself into. I got a message from him on Instagram. He's like, hey, so are we filming tomorrow? And by the way, I'm looking at the website, and holy fuck, what did you guys do? What have I got myself into? I'm like, yeah, I told you we need help. Are you guys ready for the hurricane? If you didn't know, at this time, there's actually a hurricane barreling down. It's kind of hanging out by Cuba right now. It's called Hurricane Helena, or is it Helene?
Oh, I
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, we're ready.
I start getting text messages around 10:30 that from our production manager that the production staff is ready to revolt and they're panicking. That
Really?
everybody wanted. Yeah, like he's like, I'm getting text from our production manager. He's like, I don't know what we're gonna do, man. Everybody wants to leave, and I what are we gonna do with the hurricane? So I had to come over there and have a rah-rah meeting.
It was a very good meeting.
It was it?
Yeah.
Really?
I was about it.
I think it was the nicest meeting you've done. It was really funny.
Oh my god, the nicest. Oh shit, I must be a real fucking cock.
You didn't yell at anybody. That was great.
No, I never yell at anybody in the meetings. Have I really? Who have I yelled at in the meetings?
I plead the 5th.
Well, I mean,
It was very funny. Everybody was laughing. That was a good meeting.
just you know what I'm gonna do. Someday, eventually, I will probably sell my business, and when I do, I will probably relapse and get drunk as a fucking monkey, and then I will come in and throw poo at you.
Me?
Yeah, I'll
Specifically
throw poo at everybody.
Okay. That makes me feel.
I will be
better about it.
I will go into the manager's office where you guys are all just sitting there and you're flipping your vape up and down, bullshitting with Crow. You're sitting there flipping, and I'll just create my own language and just start tossing salad and grab shit out of my diaper that I obviously, and I'll just start throwing it at people. That's my dream.
That's your dream.
Yeah, I want to sell my business and
Please film it.
Eric?
No, I'm kidding. That's not my dream. But it's difficult doing what I do. It's not fun. Trust me. I would love to be an Omar.
I like being Omar.
I would love to just like have one job and get paid and that's it. It'd be so much fun. 2 days off.
2 days off.
2 days off.
Oh, I worked hard for that.
2 days off. It'd be so nice. What's your first hurricane memory?
Oh man, I remember mine. I was living here in Sarasota, down at Clark and Beneva, at Beneva Place Apartments right there. I think we were down here 3 weeks.
Oh my God, 3 weeks?
Yes, 3 weeks fresh in Florida. And the lady across the hall told me there's a hurricane coming. Are you guys ready? And I didn't know, because I wasn't really looking out for it. I didn't know too much about hurricanes. I said, no. Do I need to do something? Do we got to go somewhere? And I'm starting to panic. And she's like, no, it'll be fine. It's only category 3. You'll be okay. And me and my brother are like looking at each other like, fuck, we got to leave. We got to leave.
It's coming.
It was too late because that was the morning of the hurricane that she told us about it.
How did you not know there was one
Because
coming?
we were moving, and when I came down here, I had a job, and it's like a whole thing. And
Your phone didn't go off for the warning?
no, my phone did not go off for any
Did you guys all get the warning today?
Yeah.
I did get a warning today, yeah. But the trees started like folding over in half, and I'm looking out the window. I was like, "Oh my God, we're gonna die in this apartment." I thought it was gonna be the worst thing ever. It wasn't that bad after it.
Was that Hurricane Charlie? Which one was that?
Yes, that was Charlie. Yeah,
Yeah, a long time ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh my God, that was scary. That was scary."
What about you, Luke?
Yeah, so mine was when I started working here, and it was like the week before, and you'd see it down in like South America or down by Cuba, and they're like, "Oh, everyone's like, don't worry about it, Luke. It's not going to hit us. It's not going to hit us."
Usually they don't.
So I'm like, "Oh, I guess there's nothing to worry about. I guess we'll be fine." And then I remember walking back here when this used to be production, and Nate's sitting there on his computer, and I just look at a map, and it's right at us.
It's coming right at
I'm
us.
like, oh shit.
Oh, that was Ian.
Yeah.
When it turned right.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was
It
a
hit
big
us.
one.
Yeah.
And I remember you had a meeting, and you said, if anyone wants to leave, you can leave. And I was like, I don't have anywhere to go.
Oh, was that just me and you that one day working?
Yeah, that was the next day, I think.
We had generators?
Yeah. And we picked up sticks around, and it was
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
crazy.
It was a little scary for that day that it hit. It was I don't know. I didn't know if it was going to get worse, if there was going to be a big tsunami of water
Yeah.
coming, but we got through it. And
What about you?
It was when I first moved here. It was either 2017 or 18, and no experience with hurricanes at all. So I remember I was just chilling at home, and my mom bursts in the door, and she's like, "We gotta go right now." And I was like, "Why?" And she's like, "There's a hurricane coming. We will die if we stay here.
What?
We're going to Tennessee." I was like, "Tennessee? I've only been in the state for 3 weeks or whatever it was." But we loaded up into the car, and we drive up to Tennessee. And like during the car ride, I'm like, "Mom, where are we going in Tennessee exactly?" And she's like, "I found an Airbnb for $1 a night." I was like, "You don't think that's suspicious? What do you mean $1 a night?" So we drive all the way up to Tennessee. We get to the house. I'm expecting to just end up at a crack house, just, get my organs harvested real quick.
Awesome.
We get there, and it's like one of the nicest houses I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?"
And it was $1 a night.
We walked in. It was a Major League Baseball player, professional, who had an injury, so he was retired at the time. And they were sharing their house for $1 a night because that was a minimum on the website for people fleeing the hurricane. Just very, very kind. It was like the
Really?
first big act of kindness I've seen in the country. And I was just like taken away. I'm like, no way, this is real. We go in, and they're the nicest people I've ever met in my life. They had kids that were similar to my age that were, we were playing. I think we stayed there for 2 nights. My mom cooked them dinner. They were just the kindest, amazing experience altogether. And then I'm thinking, oh my God, I could have been dying right now. And now here I am at this like multi-million-dollar house hanging out with an MLB player. Like, it was great. We come back down. I'm expecting the state to be gone because of how big of a deal that she made. I come back down. I immediately call my friend, like, how'd you do? And he goes, we didn't lose power. I was like, what? Guys, house flooded or anything? He's like, dude, it was raining.
It rains. Like, usually when hurricanes come, it's just raining.
Yeah.
It's just, you people from Florida, I guess, have a better understanding how bad the mainstream media lies.
Yeah.
With hurricanes, and it's been going on for years. Like I have family in New Jersey, and every so often there's a hurricane, and they'll call like, "Are you coming out?" And no, man, it just rains a bit. It rains and shit falls over, and your roof leaks and stuff like that. But it's never as bad as you think it's going to be.
I get the same calls.
Yes, so do I.
So I think last time when the last hurricane we had, it flooded pretty bad, and my sister was like generally worried, like, do you need to come to New Jersey or are you going to get out of there? And because of how bad it was flooding.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Florida.
It'll be okay. Yeah.
What I thought was interesting are the hurricane parties. Did you ever have a hurricane party?
Oh yeah, I had some hurricane parties. Yeah, like I think the one hurricane memory that I have, so I was completely broke, and I think it was Charlie, and I was completely broke, and I couldn't, and I had to work as much as possible, and so I worked up until the hurricane was coming, and I went to the store and I bought a carton of cigarettes and 2 cases of beer and a bottle of George Dickel bourbon, and I drank myself into a blackout and passed out for like 12 hours, and the hurricane was coming right at us. Like, it was coming right at us, and then right before it hit, it turned and it went into Charlotte Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
And then it went through Charlotte Harbor and destroyed everything. If you back then, like, if you saw what it looked like, it looked like just maybe a football field of devastation. And it went all the way to, I think, Arcadia, and it waxed Arcadia, and then then it died out or something. But yeah, but I woke up with a headache, and I'm like, oh, I'm still here. My hurricane party by myself.
I'm still here.
I was like, I guess I'm gonna die. But at the time, I like, my house was when I lived kind of near a school, and all schools are hurricane shelters in Florida. So I figured if my house gets destroyed, I'll just go camp out at school and get the free orange juice.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it's a true story.
Yeah, the first hurricane, then I was in my apartment, and I was like, I don't think I should drink because I gotta be, if I have to evacuate or something happens, I gotta have my wits about me. And then like 5 hours into it, I was like, fuck it, if I'm gonna die.
No, back in the day though, like when we would get down like in the 90s and stuff when you had like people just partied down. So remember when we talked about like famous guests that we could get coming to get on the. So we got Hoist Gracie.
Nice.
It's a big one.
Right. So
it's a big one.
So I've been trying to get Hoist Gracie to do the podcast for a little bit now, and when we start talking about it before, it kind of, I didn't want it to come out, but he's agreed to do it, and we'll be filming, I think, beginning of October. What are we going to do with Hoist Gracie, though? Like, what do you say to a guy like that? You know what I mean?
Will he put Luke in a headlock?
I'm sure. Yeah, we can get him to beat up Luke.
I still have my gi from when.
Oh, perfect.
Wear it. Wear it.
And Luke comes kicking in the door with the gi on and attacks him, and we just let Hoist handle himself.
No, but what do you like? I mean, so that guy's kind of really famous.
Yeah,
like he's like a household name, but he's going to do the podcast with us.
Super famous.
Yeah, Hoist Gracie is a Sarasota resident, and actually he comes to our gun shop, and we've met him and known him for a while, and just through our circle of customers, I guess, like a lot of people, we have the same friends, I guess, but he's coming here. I asked him like, hey, what can I ask you? Ask anything you want. But the thing he said was just you have to ask questions. Sometimes people have them on and they don't ask anything, and then the podcast sucks. So we have to figure out. Luke, you're gonna have to do a lot of research.
I have been.
Really?
That and the next guest too.
And Sarah, and then the other big guest that we got, we have Sarah Adams and Boone coming, and that's pretty. So Sarah Adams is her handle is super bad. She's been seen on the Sean Ryan podcast, every other podcast too, with millions of views. We had her in here for a book signing, and our gunsmith knows her and knows Boone, and he reached out to them and said, "Hey, could you do our little podcast?" And fucking they agreed to it.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's really crazy because all the research or the knowledge she had of the second Trump shooter. You know about that?
No.
Oh, so she had alleged. You know, right?
No.
Oh yeah. So there's like if you go to her Instagram, she had knowledge of this guy, and tried to tell people in the know, like, hey, this is a guy that we should be worried about.
Really?
Yeah. Like we'll be able to ask her.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, kind of cool, huh?
Very.
So, but speaking right here, so now the hurricane's here. What's your hurricane kit?
I always have extra water for this and a generator, and that's really it for me.
You're not going to have your rifle out?
They're already loading around. Where
everything's so your house is already kitted out.
Yeah. But for the most part, just have some water for me. Nothing crazy.
I'm building a Claymore Roomba. I'm putting a Claymore mine on a Roomba, and I'm gonna set it on top of the stairs. If I see anything on the camera, I hit a button, just makes its way down.
I mean, it probably sounds super funny, but I break out the KSG every time a hurricane comes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Versatile, yeah.
Absolutely. I always have it ready to go. It works. Like mine works. Kinda. Kinda.
It works when you need it to.
It works. What about the HK letter? Did you guys see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think? So I looked at the HK letter and I interpreted it completely different than you guys did.
I didn't see it actually personally read this thing.
Right when it came out, gun shops, different gun shops that I follow, had like put it up. They're like, look at this. And I interpreted it, but it was long, so I just read the first couple paragraphs. And then I was like, oh yeah, fuck whatever. But I didn't. I just interpreted how I interpreted it was they're coming out with their concealed carry handgun, and that was like their little announcement to say, hey, stuff is coming. We can't really tell you what's coming, but how did you guys interpret it?
What I was told was it was going to be they're going to start releasing guns that they have had trouble releasing in the United States for import restrictions, and which could be a lot of things. I think everyone's thinking MP7, but I think there's a lot more that they could make that would be awesome.
Have you guys seen that blackout subgun they have?
437.
I have no idea what it's called, young man.
I've not seen it.
Is that what it is? The 437?
It's probably what you're talking about. They have a.
It's like it looks like a B&T kinda, except it's an HK.
I don't. So they have the 433s, which are basically their, for lack of a better term, that's their like MCX. It's their short stroke gas piston, monolithic upper like rifle. 430. They've never hit the American market, but
how much stuff do they have?
They have a lot.
Are they like SIG in their world footprint of different stuff?
I would not say world input, because the German government hates guns, and they really don't like manufacturers making guns for other people in their country.
It is known.
It is known.
It is known.
So it's that's the biggest takeaway I got from the letter is if they're able to manufacture in the U.S. now, a lot of that bullshit can be set aside and they can actually make the stuff.
Is that detailed in the letter?
Not like word to word. They just say we're going to start manufacturing guns in the U.S. But in my opinion, if you're a business, especially operating in this lovely land, you're going to want to make money, and one way you can make money is put that gun that you've seen, GSG 9 members carry around as a semi-auto into the American market. But that's what the 437 is the basically just their version of the Rattler, for lack of a better term. Piston-driven rifle. I
think the right when there was a picture released of that, somebody came in here looking for it.
Yeah, no, you're not finding it.
And he was dead set on saying that you can get this gun. And and then when I tried it, he's like, "Oh, you just can't get it." I'm like, "No, dude, nobody can get it."
And he wouldn't believe you.
You wouldn't believe me.
I'm very excited. There's a lot
Are
of
you really excited?
there's a lot of things that they make that just never hit even the market. There's certain things that they only make for the German government, basically.
Yep.
And if that stuff becomes available, that's going to be really, really cool.
They came here and like two of the HK people came here and like I'm such a dork, but I sat there and I said, look, I said, come here. I said, do you have a phone? I'm like, yeah, do you have Instagram? And they're like, no. I'm like, all right, look at my Instagram. I said, and I went to the HK page. I said, you see how many followers you have? And they're like, I'm like, you have 1 million followers on Instagram. Do you understand? And by all accounts that I can tell, it's organic. Like 1 million people have gone to your page and liked it. And then I said, do you ever checked out your engagement? And they're like, no. What's engagement? I'm like, look. And I said, see, this is all organic, real people who engage your page, like your post, talk about your stuff. When you post stupid pictures, and then if you post a good picture, it goes sky high. And it blows up. And like, this is so powerful to have as a marketing tool, and you guys aren't using it. I mean, you guys are missing the boat. Like people don't have like the following that HK has. People don't have like it's such a big deal, and you guys are just missing the boat. We need good product to sell that has HK. We just can't sell black VP9s.
Yeah,
the boat's fucking sailed on that one, pal. Like but they both and one guy was like, see, this is what I've been telling you, and then he just looked at me they both looked at me with kind of a sly smile, and they said, stay tuned.
Ooh.
And I thought it was just the concealed carry that's coming out, because so the concealed carry thing that's coming out, people are arguing that it's just the VP9 concealed carry that they've had out for a while in Europe, where from what I've talk to them, it's a little different, and it's going to be very, very competitive here in the States. Like the gun that's out in Europe, and people are like, it'd be another concealed carry gun, like the Walther or whatever. But from what they're saying, I think it might be a real big deal. So maybe like we were talking on pre-prep about like what could be possible themes at SHOT Show this year. HK. Like, it might be the year where you can actually get the guns on the wall.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guns that
Right.
they only show off in IWA, the international one.
Well, there's the wall of HK masturbation,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Do you know what that wall is, Luke?
I've heard of it. I haven't been to the promised land myself.
Like there's the wall of all the HK contract guns that no one can touch, and
Okay.
every year at SHOT Show,
Yep.
everybody just sits there and there's like 20 people deep just touching them and looking at them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could touch them when I was there.
Pictures.
I
Yeah.
finger fucked the fuck out of that MP7 on that wall.
Yeah, maybe this is the year where they talk about this is going to be something that you can get.
Yeah. In the
Like, can you imagine like fucking like HK Rattler with a 437 that you can actually buy that? Fuck yeah, I'd want that. Fuck yeah.
What I think would be cool would be a MP5 SD. If
Okay.
they made that, like a SP5 SD.
Yeah,
Is there an MP5 with improved controls?
no.
Oh,
So they don't even care about that. They just, you gotta learn.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll make it here in the U.S.
Maybe. Yeah, because you can't. Importing suppressors doesn't really work. That's why you never see
Yeah.
like SD guns get imported. But if they're building the suppressors here, they could absolutely make an MP5 SD. That's
yeah.
a great point.
That would be.
That would be amazing.
They've got to be
I
kind of
want one.
they've got to be kind of pissed that BNT's taking all their shit. Because
I don't think they care. Like the current HK that exists, they could make so much money if they wanted to. I really don't care.
that's like saying your wife left you and is getting banged by a hot guy and you don't care.
Yeah, but if you never cared for your wife,
It's still
I don't know. I feel like the current German HK really does not care that much about.
losing contracts to every military organization in the world is now not using your rifle or your subgun. Every military organization in the world that used the MP5 is getting usurped by the APC or AP9.
APC.
The APC by BNT. Everybody.
Yeah, but I
And
mean,
you don't care?
subguns are in such limited use. It's VIP protection only, pretty much. That's the only purpose they really serve, practically speaking.
Not according to the Instagram. They're everywhere.
Yeah, but the whole thing about subguns is subguns were thriving at a time where soft body armor was not commonly available and as common as it is now. Nowadays, any situation you were bring a subgun to, it makes more sense to just bring a rifle to, because body armor. Right now, subguns are almost exclusively used, like all those countries that adopted the APC, the only purpose for it is VIP protection, because the idea is if you're escorting a VIP and you start taking fire, you just dump your mag, get an accurate stream of bullets in that general direction, and then get the fuck out of there. Get them in a car, drive away. For that purpose, low recoil stream of bullets, it makes sense, but that's really practically all they're reserved for now.
What if 9mm bullets get advanced? The Russians, so I had a meeting with the Tula people. You guys remember that?
The steel case?
Recently,
Yeah, so so before like the Russian ban, I met with the Tula guys at a hotel in Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that.
They invited us down.
I thought that was so cool.
It was so
That's like
weird.
when I started. I was like, man, that's so cool.
Yeah, but they had a special 9mm that they were coming out with that would go through doors, and it was like a special round that they had developed. So maybe in the coming future that 9mm that is more powerful than that, like the stuff that's out now.
But why would you take that over a Mark 18?
Well, I think
Weight
for
concealability, armor or weight concealability, suppression. I'm not sure. I'm not as in tune with tactics as you are, but because I like 9mm, damn it.
Yeah,
I
right.
like 9mm too. I'm just saying from an actual like government or military or police use case, I feel like subguns will stay cool forever. They'll be the best range toys you can shoot for a very, very long time. But for actual application, in my opinion, it's kind of a fad.
I think over penetration is a big one. If you're like for police, at least, you're most likely not going to go up against armored people. And if you're like, I see it a lot like in Europe, they have a lot of subguns. Like you see the police with subguns, because if you get in a shootout in a busy city street, I feel like a 9mm is kind of what you want. You don't get the over penetration of a rifle round.
I can see
That's a
that.
good point. I did. So the two TAC guys that I saw at the Bucks game had Danny PDWs.
Really?
They did.
Have we done those yet?
No. They had Danny PDW blackout.
Oh, the blackout one.
Yeah, the
I
blackout,
was thinking
yeah.
of the PCC.
Yeah,
That's
that
my bad.
PCC, Yeah.
Yeah. See, in my opinion, that makes a lot. That's kind of replaced the purpose that subguns used to fill as a really small, short 300 blackout. I feel like that's just. I mean, that's why the Honey
I love
Badger was
subguns,
made.
though. I love
Still
them.
love subguns. I'm just saying, if you're gonna use them professionally,
The one thing that I know it's a theme now. Like there's a whole thing. Everybody has body armor and everybody has night vision. Like that's the mentality of armies or of the military. Like you see people like there's that new thing that what's the thing that goes on the optic? There's something like somebody there. It's called the fight. Something it goes on that covers your aim point that you need at night or some shit like that.
are you talking about like a flash kill?
Flash kill.
That's not. That's just to avoid glare when the sun hits the optic.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's like that hex grid pattern that you put in front. Is that what you're talking about?
It's some. Isn't there? So the theme that I see is the people are worried about like people are going to like nods with one PVS-14 and one thermal, or people are going to thermal in front of your LPVO if you need to switch to thermal if you have nods. Digital night vision in case people are using lasers. So and the thought process is everybody has nods now and everybody has body armor. But I think that military, everybody has nods and everybody has body armor. But the majority of conflict, people aren't going to be with body armor. People aren't going to be using nods. Like yes, the Taliban has nods because we gave it to them.
Yeah.
But that's not conducive to the rest of the world. And then the American night vision is still king. Like the Russian night vision is not compared to correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I learned in my little journey of night vision, that the Chinese night vision isn't as good as ours, nor is the Russian.
Yeah, we have this ITAR. It's called. We have this regulation where anything night vision related, basically, you can't export out of the country. It stays in the United States.
Hell yeah.
It even goes for reflective patches and stuff like that. If it's IR related, pretty much, ITAR bans you from taking it out of the country. And on paper, that's what prevents the Chinese from developing Gen 3 night vision, for example.
Someone tried to buy one from Luke the other day on the phone with a stolen credit card.
I'm just saying it.
What, night vision?
Was that you trying to sell? Like someone was trying to buy something night vision related? Like they said we can't buy it on the website.
No, that wasn't me.
You sure it wasn't you?
Someone tried to buy a couple Night Force scopes from me, but that was
another time. No, someone one of our guys was like ringing up stuff. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's on the phone. He's like, this guy says he can't buy this on the website. I said, what are you trying to buy? The night vision? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, no, you can't do that. You got to go through the website. Why? I said, because it's someone with a stolen credit card trying to buy it and then send it overseas. And then he went on. The phone and said, "Yeah, you got to buy it on the website." And the guy was like, "Oh, look like that." Sorry.
So the night vision thing you're talking about that like hooked to the front of the scope like this?
Yeah.
What do you care about
Thermals. Yeah.
Yeah.
So clip-ons is like a big thing. Like there's even like a clip-on where you put it in front of your optic, and then you can also hook it on your helmet and use it in conjunction with your PVS 14. Then you have thermal as well. So and that's that, and then the SIG people tell me that's kind of like a theme like that they're going to as well, because there's a real concern that the armies will go to digital. So there's no, and then use your irons or use your traditional optic. What's the word? Static sight or something. There's a word for shooting. What's the word for shooting optics or
passive versus active?
Yeah, passive.
Yeah. Passive shooting is definitely, that's going to be the future. The days of being able to gun people down with a big ass laser is kind of over. I saw a clip about it demonstrating that was really funny, where it's just you turn on your laser to shoot at someone and then 9 more lasers point back at you.
Right. Yeah, but that's with standing armies. Like I don't think that would be true with police. I don't think that would be true in shit hits the fan situations. I don't think that's just in the only thing we have to go off of is Ukraine.
Yeah.
And then they're all
thermals fuck in Ukraine. Thermals fuck in Ukraine. Because the craziest thing is all these thermal scopes now record, and you can just export the video out of it. So just scrolling Instagram, you'll just find.
I don't see this still. I don't see these videos of destruction you talk about.
I saw footage from a dude's scope who is God knows how far away with an SVD, just fucking shooting people between their plates, basically. He's intentionally aiming like right under our armpit and just picking people off one by one by one by one by one.
Russian or Ukrainian?
I'm guessing it's a Ukrainian guy shooting at Russians, but this like 1 minute long video where I just watched 19 guys get dropped just from the fucking scope video.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, SIG says it's going to be a big thing. They're working on stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the clip on out now, but all that's coming out and digital too.
I kind of want one of those.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Skeeter, or what's it called? The Skeet?
Skeet.
Yeah, there's the one from Trigicon is called the Skeeter or the Skeet.
Yeah.
And it's a clip-on thermal that you can use on either, but it's like $9,000.
They're expensive.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of this shit's cheap. What do you guys like? So I think themes this year at SHOT Show are going to be more of thermal and night vision and lasers and IR and stuff like that. That's what I think that's going to be the big thing this year. And then Omar, what do you think?
I'm thinking PDWs are big fad. I personally believe they're a fad, but
I hate that word. It hurts my soul.
I think there's going to be because of like last SHOT Show, every single company made an MP7 clone,
but only one came out with one.
Yeah. I think in those footsteps, I feel like we'll see a lot more. This is a small gun you can put in a backpack. Just more development of that.
I mean, that would be smart.
I like Luke's idea more though. After he said his.
What's your idea, Luke?
Battle rifles. I think because of the new SIG, everyone's going to be trying to come out with 6.8, 8.6,
right,
12.5, 6.5 Creedmoors, stuff like that.
Right. The boombox is big.
Yep.
Boombox is huge.
We were only allowed to order 10.
When will they be here?
They'll be here soon.
Awesome.
Yeah, they'll be here soon.
Yeah,
They're very excited to meet you.
Really?
Yep, they're very excited. They're very excited to be coming down, and they're excited to meet all of us.
That's so cool.
And they want to hang out. They're excited to do the podcast too.
Nice.
They were at I got a text from the Q people the other day, and they're like, "Oh, dude, we're doing this event in New Hampshire, and your guns are flying."
Nice.
Because it was like some big gun shop up there, and,
Yeah.
and they had an event, and a bunch of people were buying our guns.
That's sick.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
SOCOM
really
also
cool.
adopted that 14.5, 6.5 Creedmoor. I feel
Yeah.
like we'll probably see stuff like that.
Who did?
SOCOM, US
Oh.
SOCOM, they adopted a 14.5-inch AR-10 and 6.5 Creedmoor.
I want the boombox in 6.5 Creedmoor.
Get the boombox in 8.6.
I think I like to shoot, and 8.6 is going to be too expensive.
The boombox has got like a 10-inch barrel. You're not getting anything of Creedmoor out of that. You want the
Okay.
fix in Creedmoor maybe, but the boombox is like
Have you seen the video that got deleted that they had a 6.5 Creedmoor boombox?
really.
They
Yeah,
did,
just-
yeah.
Give it more a twist rate on it. Why won't it go?
There was a video up, and they're all shooting wherever they shoot sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're in shorts and cigars and flip flops, and they're all you know the videos I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at the table of what they're shooting, and they're like 6.5 boombox, 8.6 boombox, and then I later got the Q guys on the phone and like, hey, what's up with the 6.5 boombox? There's no such thing. I'm like, fuck you, yes there is. and I'm like, there's a video. Like, there's no video. I'm like, yes there is. And like, there's no video. Will, and I start scrolling. I'm like, where the fuck? I'm like, you guys deleted the video, didn't you? Like, yeah, we deleted the video.
Why'd they delete the video?
Because dorks like me are gonna call them up and say, "Where's the 6.5 boombox?" But yeah, I want that because it's even less recoil, and I can get the ammo, and I have got to be different like a dork.
Is there a 6.5 coming?
I would bet.
Yeah.
I would. It would make it would. So Luke is actually. That's a pretty smart thing. Like people will like so if everybody sees 8.6 and because the boombox is like fucking like we pre-sold we pre-sold all 10. Yeah, at big money because they're expensive, and so the industry is going to see that. They're going to see that there's a need for battle small rifles, especially if the aliens come. It's going to want you. It's what you're going to want. You're going to want fucking something like 8.6 or 308 or something. And then now a spear, people like that, and so people are going to recognize there's a need for small battle rifle, and that might be a theme that they'll launch at SHOT Show.
Makes sense. Me and
Pierce went all over SHOT Show one year looking to try to source 10-inch barrels for 308.
10-inch?
It's what we asked at the time. I didn't fucking know any better, but I know but we went to like, hey, can you get a non-16-inch 308 that we could make into a pistol and sell? And everybody looked at us, we were crazy. Like we went to Daniel Defense. We went everywhere. And lo and behold, look at what Daniel Defense came out with.
Yeah.
But we went right up to him. They're like, yeah, there's no way.
As soon as you walked away, they're texting.
Bastards.
5308.
Well, I think like the shorter, especially now with everyone buying suppressors, like you want to have an 18-inch 308 and then put a 7-inch suppressor on it, and you have this giant gun. Like you're not gonna be able to run around with that. But like a 12.5 or, I think it's perfect. 12.5 with a suppressor is perfect.
I mean, obviously, the Army adopted it.
Yeah.
I mean, the Army adopted, like there's a need for, like, they want a round that'll go through body armor.
Yeah.
And even if it doesn't, it's gonna fucking wish it did.
Yeah.
You imagine getting hit in the plate with a 308? Fuck.
We've sold almost all of our plate carriers.
Really?
Sick.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Pretty happy about that. Because we had to, like, when we bought them from Burn Proof, we had to put in a pretty big order, and they're all gone. Because I tried to do a plate carrier special today for the Hurricane, and Nate's like, we only have 2 left. I'm like, fuck. That's impossible.
My buddy Sean bought one. We're gonna shoot it this Sunday.
You're going to shoot it?
Yeah. That's why I bought it.
You're going to film it?
Yeah.
You're going to shoot the plate?
Yeah. Want to see if it works?
Then you have to buy another plate carrier.
He bought an extra one just to shoot. I don't know why he did. He just called me and he said, I did something stupid. I bought a plate carrier. And I was like, what's stupid about that? He goes, I already have a plate carrier. I go, do you have plates? And I go, that's the other thing. I also bought the plates. I already have plates. It's like, what are we going to do with it? He goes, shoot it. So we're going to shoot some plates.
Okay, well, when you get done shooting the plates, I'll have more for him to buy.
Sick.
Okay.
I'll let him know.
Just let him know.
What are you gonna shoot it with?
Everything we got. Kevin's got a pretty big arsenal.
Yeah.
The 300 Win Mag.
That's going to be the last.
I was like, can you
Finisher.
shoot it with something like big barrels, like a lot of velocity with a bigger round?
We're going to try it all.
I wouldn't be into just destroying something I bought. But okay, more power to you.
Money's still in your pocket. Well, don't worry.
Oh yeah, I'm cool. So I have I came up with this idea, like, who is the baddest villain with a gun? Like, top 5. I'm old. I can't fucking think of 5 people, but like, who is the baddest, like the coolest anti-hero or villain in movies that you've seen with like a gun?
Anton Chigurh. I'm going to go with Anton Chigurh.
So it's that guy. You right out of the gate. You're going with that guy.
That changed.
Who is that?
That's the bad guy from No Country for Old Men. He beginning of the movie, he goes around killing people with a CO2 thing, where he's just the thing you put down cattle with. But then he grabs this, I think it's a Remington 1100, this 12-gauge shotgun with like this just bare metal can on it.
With some homemade suppressor that makes a really cool sound.
Fuck that scene. Oh, I've been chasing that.
What about you, Luke?
I really liked when the Joker had the big revolver when he shoots.
The fucking
What
when he
big
shoots on a
revolver?
helicopter with.
Yeah, like
Do you mean Jack Nicholson?
yeah,
Joker?
yeah.
That doesn't really count. He wasn't
All
really
right.
like no. I mean, like he really wasn't a villain. That was more like a cartoon, but like not a cartoon.
all right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Like I mean, it wasn't. So he pulls that gun out. It's not a real gun. It's right.
He shoots on a helicopter, with it,
Helicopter.
and the barrel's like in front of the helicopter.
You know what I mean?
Can't think of one for some reason.
Another one I will say, the governor from The Walking Dead, his AUG,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
stapled the AUG for me. The AUG was something I looked over before, but
Yeah,
seeing-
but he looked at the optic with his bad eye. Have you ever seen that picture?
doesn't he only have an eye?
Yeah, and he looks through the optic with the patch.
It's pretty funny.
You didn't know that?
No, I
Yeah,
never paid
he
attention to
looks
that.
through the optic with the patch.
That AUG was cool.
It was cool. It was iconic,
Yeah.
iconic villains with guns.
What was the name of that show you got me to watch? It was season 1. The bad guy in that, he was really cool. You liked him, I liked him, Chris liked him. I think it was played by Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, and Fargo.
Fargo.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name?
What kind of firearm did he use? How about that? You got Billy Bob. All right, what kind of gun was he?
You remember it?
It was like a nickel-plated 220, I think.
Was it?
Okay,
I think so.
interesting.
He was badass, though. He was badass.
I like the Spetsnaz leader in Red Dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an older movie.
Yeah, so I think Pioneer Arms, rest in peace. I think they had those for sale not too long ago. I didn't know.
Yeah?
Yeah, I forget. Do you know what it's called?
Wait, what?
There's so the head bad guy of the Spetsnaz in Red Dawn, who was also Conan's dad in Conan. He's a actor, knows all these languages, and he comes out running with this really rare, like little subgun, and it's got some funky name, and it really in the movie it's really not that gun, but they make it look like that gun.
What does it look like?
Oh, it's like a little black.
Is it an AK variant or no?
No, here, pull it up on your phone.
My phone's in the bag.
I got it.
Here.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah, it's called the
That looks like a
Jetomatic.
Spectre to me.
Yeah, it's the Jetomatic.
Jetomatic.
Yeah, the Jetomatic is the name of it. Yeah, Colonel Stranilov, William Smith actually wears the Jetomatic.
Oh, it's a
on all shots.
PM63.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
in Black Ops 1.
Was
That's the
it?
only reason I know it, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing.
That's pretty fucking, yeah.
That's one of the coolest I mean, the reason I bought the TP9 was I thought the TP9 kind of looked like that.
Yeah.
And I think Pioneer Arms, I think they also just went out of business. They imported these a while back. God, I wish I would have known. I want to try to grab one. It probably would have never worked, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be cool to have.
I think the top villain of all time would be like Heath Ledger's Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
He had
top-
Absolutely.
I think he had full auto Glocks in that.
He had full out. I mean, he had everything. He like, I think in the first part of the movie, he takes the mobster shotgun, and he uses that shotgun later on. He has full auto Glocks that he takes from, I think he used like they have full auto Glock, but the one thing about the full auto Glock had a silver.
Yeah, I remember that.
It had a silver slide. Isn't that weird? Like sometimes the Glocks in the movies have silver slides.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he had a RPG. RPG. And he had a machine gun. But it makes you like the thing I loved most about that movie was how much it made me think about like the Joker. Like who actually was the Joker? He had to have some type of military training because of how well he used firearms. He had to have some type of training that used knives, right? And that means he was probably, soft. And then like what happened to make him really go fucking bonkers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the news story with River Phoenix's brother. Like River Phoenix's brother was just some dork who got taken advantage of, but he didn't become a weapons expert that way. And the Joker is clearly a weapons expert in the comic books and in the Heath Ledger movie. So, but that kind of stuff, like where I think people are really badass in movies is when if you think about the movie and the different possibilities and different things that they didn't touch on in the movie. That's what really gets my mind going. Like, woo, like
little kind of same thing. But did you see the new Penguin show on Max?
I did.
Did you like it?
From what I saw of it, yeah. But you know what happens with me? I lose my fucking controller like every day. Like the bed eats it or the dogs eat it or something. And then by the time like me and my wife get to bed, I'm like, do you have the controller? She's like, no. And then like, and that kind of means, hey, can we get up and try to find the controller? But I just end up getting on my phone and I doom scroll and I post something and then I pass out.
Yeah.
So I don't get to watch TV really.
I do think that remote controls for TVs are getting way too small. Like the one I got from my TV is like, it's tiny. And it's like,
I tried to put it on my phone and it doesn't work.
I haven't had mine for 3 years. I've been using an app on my phone.
The app doesn't work. Like, it won't connect.
Just voice command them. Yeah, walk in.
First world problems.
Yeah.
My fucking controller's too goddamn small.
well, I remember when I was a kid, the TV remote was like,
yeah, they were pretty. Yeah, big.
You never lose that thing.
So I'm gonna pose this and then we'll close because we're kind of running long on time. So there was another Trump assassination, right? There was with a really cool firearm.
Was it?
But there was another Trump assassination, and in spite of Trump being in West Palm Beach or wherever he was, like somehow some guy just moseyed on up there and almost got a pop shot off him. Everybody is apparently believing in Kamala Harris and what she does according to the polls and who she is. Puff Daddy's sex tapes. Like
How does this connect?
my point is it do you guys think is it really as bad as it seems? Like as far as like the from what we can tell of the Puff Daddy sex types, like everybody's fucking implicit in it. Everybody knows Puff Daddy. Everybody.
Oh, it's worse.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, is there corruption in the government?
Yes.
And how bad? Like how bad is it?
Worse than you think.
Like
Yeah.
and then is the entertainment industry as vile
They're all.
as and
I think that there's a lot of people with a lot of dirt on each other, and that's how everything gets covered up. Is just they have info on somebody, and you can't say this, and you're going to have to do that. And I think that's what Diddy did. That's what Jeffrey did. I don't know if I can say his name on here, but I think that's just common in like high society, is getting dirt on people and then controlling them because you have compromising info on them.
It's so fucking sad though.
But is the world as bad as imagine if you're like an alien and you come down and you turn on the TV that is our world and you're like, holy fuck, there are some messed up people.
It's worse.
Well, it's worse, right?
It's worse than you think. And I think a lot of what happens is one person ends up getting outed and they try to just cram as much of the bullshit from the other people onto that person.
Yeah.
Like, I can guarantee you all these people are in the same circle, and whenever Epstein got caught, they were like, all right, so all the shit that I did, that guy did. And they all just kind of, one person ends up being a fall guy. And
to satisfy us, yeah.
before you can...
to get everybody else out of it.
Yeah.
Well, also, like, going back to, like, what you said, like, are things that evil? And I think that when you have dirt on people, you can make them do evil things. And I think that, like, you would think, if I was, in power, I would do this, this, and this, and I wouldn't be evil. But like, if someone had really bad dirt on you, you'd start doing the evil things.
I don't think it started with dirt, though. I think it just started with money.
Yeah, but you just don't do dirty shit.
Yeah, someone just
don't do
offered
dirty
you
shit.
$50 million.
They compromise people, dude.
Yeah, but they just offered $50 million if you go do this, and then they go do it, and then they have a tape of it, and then all the cover up and the dirt starts. It starts with money. Everyone wants money.
I guess,
power.
but how do you? There's people with a lot of money that are already, they have enough money.
Yeah, and they're desensitized. They can do anything they want. So manipulating people is the next fun thing to do. With money, they got tons of it. So why not? Look at all the singers that came up. Got free Ferraris and houses and big contracts. And some of this shit is like bullshit music.
Like if you doom scroll through Twitter, I mean, you would think the world's ending.
Yeah,
like it's that bad. And then like, because my wife doom scrolls and tells me all this shit, and I'm just like, yeah, put it away.
My theory on that is I don't think it's as chaotic as it seems. I think it's a lot more orchestrated than you would believe, but I think it's more evil than you would believe. That's my theory on it anyways. I don't think it's nearly as chaotic as they make it out to be, I think.
But evil is chaos.
But then is it
orchestrated evil?
Is it really evil, or is that how powerful people are? And then, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like, the powerful people is evil normal?
Yes.
And that's just how they act?
Do you know about that one experiment with the monkeys where there's
Were they throwing shit at people?
No, there's an experiment they did where there's a bunch of monkeys in this enclosure, and there's a ladder in the middle with food on the top. And if any of the monkeys try to climb up to the food, they spray all the other ones with water. So it ends up becoming that
the monkeys think they're going to die because they're afraid of water.
No, I mean, they're just getting basically tortured. So it gets to a point where anybody tries to climb the ladder, the monkeys beat the fuck out of them. So they introduce a new monkey in. The monkey doesn't know the rules, so it tries to go up the ladder, and they beat the fuck out of the monkey. Then eventually they start phasing out monkeys. So it gets to a point where all of the monkeys in the cage, none of them have ever been sprayed with water, but they all beat up anybody who tries to get the food on top of the ladder. None of them know why, but that's just what they know. When they first came in, they tried to go up the ladder. They got beaten up. So you get to a position where you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, but you're beating up anybody that tries to go up the ladder. I think that's how a lot of powerful people are. You get put into this enclosed, you're in the high life group now. You're with the rest of us. But if you do this stuff, you're going to get fucked. And it gets to a point where nobody even knows why they're doing the evil shit they're doing. That's just how it is. You're in that club now.
Okay.
I think they're bored because they can do whatever the fuck they want. So I would go against that one a little bit. You got endless amounts of money to do whatever you want. So you have to do all the fun things you would think of before you had the money. And then all the things you can possibly come up with, you'll get bored because they're humans doing things too much. You get bored with it, and they find the next greatest thing that's hard to reach. And
1,000 bottles of baby oil.
yeah, dumb shit like that.
Let's buy that.
Yeah.
What can I buy? Thousands of bottles of baby oil.
They got bored and they're rich, and then
They do nasty shit.
that you normally just can't do out in public.
Well, we will see in the next couple months.
Yeah.
We will see. Like Kamala Harris could win.
I think she will.
I think that unless some type of election interference is done, I think that Trump will win.
Yeah.
You don't think it's being done already?
Of course, I think it's being done already. But I think that, like for instance, I think that the Trump campaign is a lot smarter than we think he is. Like for instance, when I saw the debate and he said they're eating the dogs, right? Everybody thought that was the dumbest thing he could do because he looks like a complete idiot, and he had just come off of being pissed about her talking about his rallies, right? And so he looked like he was enraged, and so he's sat there. They're eating the dogs, right? So now, for about a week, everybody talked about how Trump was stupid because he said they're eating the dogs. But what everybody didn't realize is now subconsciously the whole world is now aware of the massive immigration problem that's in America. No matter what, everybody knows there's a problem now. And maybe that was the strategy of the Trump campaign the whole time. And I think that I have hope. I think that like I watch closely all the polls, And like I watch different pages that look at the polls for what they are, and they map them out all around the country, and they map out the different ways. And I think he's got a pretty good chance.
I agree with you.
And I just don't see anybody voting for that person. But they could do massive election interference, and then it's going to be, and then no matter what, she wins, he wins, it's going to be fucking chaos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it'll be chaos. Like, hopefully not, but so we'll get our popcorn and we will see you at the Shark Coast. So that's going to be it for episode 16, right? Episode 16. Fucking 16. We've been doing this for 16 weeks, maybe 18. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, we went through a whole season of Game of Thrones, right? And
Back to
beyond,
Game of Thrones.
right? Like, there was like when we first started doing this, like I didn't have nods, and now like I've got, it's like we've grown.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat, right? I think it's neat.
It's definitely neat.
I hope you think it's neat too. Remember, if you have watched this and you think it's okay, smash the like button and share it to people. And if you have the opportunity, go to our other social media pages. We're on X. We're on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook at SCT Laser and Customs. Or if you're in the area, stop by Shark Coast Tactical in Sarasota, Florida. We're on Bee Ridge Road. We have a beautiful gun shop with pretty much everything you could possibly imagine. We have a website that Eric will soon make a lot better. And we hope to see you. Thank you so much for watching our podcast. We're out.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Thank you, fellas.
Well, yeah.